Anybody ready for man camp?
I love seeing people live up to their full potential, especially men. And I don't think it's possible for men to reach their full potential without connecting with the one who created them. In Genesis 1:26, God said, "Let us make man in our image and after our likeness." So God, as our maker, created a version of man that he wanted to see reproduced throughout the earth. Most men are looking for a model to pattern themselves after, both personally and professionally. And listen, it's not that we're not trying to become someone that we're not. As men, we are searching for models who will help us to become better versions of ourselves. Well, because of Adam's transgression, the first prototype that God created was compromise. So by sending Jesus, our maker has given us a model of masculinity who we can pattern ourselves after for all of eternity. Our roles as men and our presence in the home and in the church and in society are essential. And at FCC, our desire is to see men become the best version of themselves. And one of the things that we do to help men achieve this is through an annual event that we call Man Camp. When we started Man Camp in 2014, we had no idea that it would become what it is today. I'll never forget at our first camp, sitting in the leaders' lounge in Williams, Arizona with my lead men during our early morning meeting, asking ourselves, what just happened? I mean, we were expecting God to move, but this was so far beyond anything that we can ask, hope, dream, pray, or imagine. And every time I prayed about Man Camp that first year, I kept hearing God say to me, Man Camp is more than what you think. Man Camp is more than what you think. I remember leaving that year with the revelation that Man Camp was more than just a local camp for the men in our church. Man Camp was a national men's movement that God would use to redeem men all across this nation. Our first Man Camp was in 2014, and everyone in attendance was from Phoenix. But the guys were so excited after that first Man Camp, they started inviting their coworkers, their neighbors, their brothers, their fathers, their grandfathers, their sons, their nephews, telling them, you have got to check this out. I have never seen anything like it. And Man Camp has grown from 90 plus men that year to over 300 men from 10 to 20 American states and beyond. At Man Camp, we challenge men to be what we call model men. So our vision is to help model men discover who they are in Christ and empower them to face the impossibilities that oppose the will of God for their lives. A model man is someone who is, number one, genuinely, steadily, and passionately growing in his faith. Number two, actively pursuing God's purpose for his life. Number three, actively involved in his local church. Number four, a great husband to his wife, if applicable. Number five, great father to his children, if applicable. Number six, he's mastering his work and being a blessing to those that he works with and for. And number seven, his life is a model for other men to follow. So mediocrity and dysfunction will no longer be our standard as men. We will no longer pat ourselves on the back for doing a little bit better than dysfunction. We believe that God has a standard for us as men, and when we shoot for that standard, it transforms us from the inside out, no longer falling short of the glory of God. But now are we expressions of the glory of God throughout the entire earth. This is what Man Camp is all about, and that's why you need to be there.